Hi, it's Rich from the Xerces Society, and welcome to Bumblebee Watch. I'm here to show you how to submit a bumblebee sighting on bumblebeewatch.org. From the homepage of our website, you can view a graphic of the steps necessary to submit your data. This video assumes that you have already taken photos of a bumblebee and that you have a Bumblebee Watch account and are logged into the website. The next steps are to upload a photo, enter location information, and to identify the bumblebee in your sighting. Let's get started. To submit a sighting of a bumblebee, you can scroll to the black header bar at the top of the screen. Hover your mouse over Record a Sighting and choose Bumblebee Sighting. You would choose Nest Sighting if you were submitting an observation of a bumblebee nest location. Selecting Bumblebee Sighting takes you to the first step in the process, where you will upload your photo and enter the location that your photo was taken, as well as any other site-specific information you wish to share. First, let's add our photos. To submit a sighting, you must include at least one photo and may include up to 3. Including photos from different angles may give you a better chance at identifying the bumblebee in your photos. The maximum file size for each photo is 5 megabytes. If your photos are too big, you can use most any photo editing software to reduce the file size of your photos. To add your pictures, click Choose Files. This opens a dialog in your device that will allow you to navigate to the location where your photos are stored. I'm going to include 3 photos of the same bee from different angles on the same flower to give me the best chance at identifying my bee. Once you've selected your pictures, click Open. You can now see that my photos are uploading here, and pictures of them will appear there once they've uploaded, and there they are. While your photos are uploading, or after they've uploaded, you can enter the location information into the database. To enter the location, you can type a location in the box above the map, or use the map to navigate directly to your site. You can see that if I enter information in the box above, it gives me a list of sites to choose from. If I select the location that most closely matches the location where I was, the map automatically zooms to that location. Now I can interact with the map by clicking and dragging, or using the tools on the left-hand side of the map to zoom to a more precise location if I need to. You can also toggle between a map view with and without terrain to see the topography of the landscape, or use a satellite photo of your site. Once you've found the correct place or a close place to where your photo was taken, you just click on the map. Once you click on the map, it enters the correct latitude and longitude information on the boxes to the right. All you have to do is provide a site name. The site name will be used to organize your sightings if you revisit the same location or will be submitting multiple bumblebee species from the same location. Using the same site name for the same location really helps us to organize the database. I'm going to call this site Howard Prairie. Since I've already entered information from this location, it's already an option in the map. I can select it using my mouse, and you can see that it moved the pin a little bit to the previous location that I selected. That's okay. The next thing you have to do is answer this question: how accurate is this location? What we are asking here is, how close is the pin on the map to the location where you took that photo? If you are sure the pin is in the right spot, choose 0 to 25 meters. However, if that spot is approximate and you can't remember exactly where you took your photo, enter the maximum distance you may have traveled from that location. I took these photos over a year ago, and I can't remember exactly where I was. I do know I was in this general area though, and that it's probably within 100 meters. So I'm going to choose 50 to 100 meters. Next, enter the date. These photos were taken in June of 2012, so I need to navigate backwards using the arrow on the map. I select the date on which the photos were taken by clicking, and the date is automatically entered into the box. Next, if you know the species of flower that the bumblebee was visiting, you can enter it here in this box. In my case, it was visiting Plectridis congesta, or sea blush. You can enter either the scientific information or the common name here. Feel free to leave this blank if you're not sure what species of flower the bee was visiting or if it wasn't visiting a flower. Next, you can include any observation notes. You might let us know how many of these bees you saw or if you saw other species in the area. It might also be helpful to describe the habitat or to provide weather information if you feel it's relevant. It's also okay to leave this field blank. I'm going to leave it blank today. Next, click the permission box to allow us to use these photos for Bumblebee Watch, and enter the photographer's name here if you didn't take the photos. Now you are done entering information that we need. It's a good idea to check to make sure that your photos are done uploading before you proceed to the next page. I can see that all 3 of my photos appear here, so they're ready to be entered into the database. I need to make sure that I click that box, and now I click Next. Now I'm taken to the Bumblebee Identification Guide. You can see that the photos I uploaded are here on the left, the features I'm going to use to try to identify my bees are here in the middle, and the potential matches of bumblebee species are here on the right. The database has already filtered the potential species based on the location information that you entered. Now we're going to use features of the bumblebee itself to further narrow down our choices and give us a good chance at identifying our bee. You can see that if I hover over photos here on the left, it zooms into that spot in the photo, which gives me a good chance at seeing the specific qualities of the bee that I need to identify it. The first feature that we're going to look at is the face of the bee. There are 2 choices, either a yellow face or a black face. If I hover over and get a good look at this bee, I can see here's the head and that the face of the bee here has yellowish whitish hairs on it. I'm going to take a look at another view just to see. I can't see the face very well in that picture, but if I look down here I get a really good look at that face, and you can see why it's important to include a number of different angles of each bee. I can definitely see that the photo or that the hairs on the face are yellow or white, so I'm going to select yellow face here because they're definitely not black. You can see once I do that, it's changed the possible bumblebees over here. And if I had selected blackface instead, a whole different suite of bumblebees are listed over here. But I'm going to use yellowface because that matches the bee in my photo. The next option is to look at the thorax of the bumblebee, or the middle of the bumblebee where the wings and legs are attached. There are 5 different choices. Again, hover over your photo and get a good look at that part of the bumblebee. You can see here on my bumblebee, it's sort of got a white front, then there's a black band, and then yellowish orangish hairs at the back of the thorax. If I look at the potential matches, white shoulders seems to match most correctly. Yellow with a black band could also do, but the front of the thorax was much different than the back, so I'm going to choose white shoulders. You can see once I've done that, it's dramatically narrowed the choices of bumblebees here on the right. There are only 3 different options, and 2 of those are the same species, Bombus bifarius. The other option is Bombus appositus. I'm going to look at the abdomen and see if I can narrow my choices even further here on the right. There are several different choices for bumblebee abdomens, as there are many different color patterns in many different species. Again, take a look at the photos on the left and try to match it up most closely with the features represented in the center. In this case, I can see that the abdomen here has yellow orangish hairs on each segment of the abdomen. So I'm going to choose all yellow here because it most closely matches. Once I do that, you see there's only 1 species left here on the far right-hand side. This won't always be the case, and you will sometimes have a few different species or a few color forms of the same species to choose from. We ask that you use your photo to select the closest match to your bumblebee in your photos. Remember that your identification will be verified by a bumblebee expert, so it's okay if your ID is not correct. If If you're not sure what species it is or don't feel comfortable making a choice, feel free to select Not Sure here too. Our experts will still give identification a try, but choosing a species here does give our experts a good place to start. After you have selected a species match, click Submit. Now your data has been submitted into the database. From this page, you can choose to enter another sighting, edit the sighting you've just entered, or browse the rest of the site. We've tried to make the process of submitting data easy and fun while still collecting high-quality data for scientific purposes. If you have questions or comments about the process, please feel free to give us feedback. You can send an email to bumblebeewatch, all one word with no spaces, at xerces, xerces.org, or click Provide Feedback here on this page. From all of us here at Bumblebee Watch, thanks so much for watching, and we hope that you enjoy the site.